In this video, you will understand exactly how a silent change in the way the planet produces electricity will determine the success or failure of the major world powers, and how it directly affects your wallet. It is natural to feel a certain distrust when the subject seems to be only ecology, but what I will show here is pure economics and market strategy. We need to talk about this now because the explosion of artificial intelligence has created a thirst for energy that the world has not seen for decades. I analyzed the most recent data from international agencies to bring a clear and straightforward view of who is really winning this race. Before we dive into the data, I want to know your perception. Do you believe that we, here in the United States, are just calculating a new move? Or have we really handed over the keys to the technological future to China? Leave your first guess below about who will really rule the world 10 years from now. Thanks for the comment. Let us get to the facts. We are following today a period of deep transformation, one of those turning points that history only records once every 100 years. What we are seeing is a global technological transition with very impactful outlines, mainly because the United States, the birthplace of much of the innovation that sustains the modern world, seems to have decided to give up leading this movement. When we think about the future, common sense quickly points to artificial intelligence, which are those computer systems that can think and create content autonomously. However, there is something much more basic and important that holds all this technology up: the energy infrastructure. Without having a lot of electricity and with a low-cost price, the work of processing data simply stops growing. Recent studies by the bank Goldman Sachs show that the need for power for computer centers should increase considerably by the end of this decade, which puts the efficiency of how we generate energy in the middle of a political and economic fight between countries. While our government prefers to focus on expanding the exploration of fossil fuels, digging more holes to take oil and gas from the earth, China has created a path where generating energy using sunlight or the power of the wind already costs less than using coal or gas. This choice was not made just for a matter of preservation, but because it is a very intelligent and strategic financial decision. To understand how a country chooses where to put its money, experts use a concept called levelized cost of energy. According to an important document that comes out every year, made by the company Lazard, the price to produce solar energy in large parks has dropped drastically in the last 15 years. This calculation takes everything into account: the money to build, the cost to keep everything running, and how long that plant will last. The result of all this is very clear. Technology that comes from the sun or wind no longer needs government financial help to be the most logical choice for the global financial market. The drop in prices of solar panels is comparable to what happened with computer parts in past decades. Since China began producing these panels in gigantic quantities, this technology became easy to transport and very cheap to buy. Nowadays, we see countries on the African continent and in Southeast Asia skipping entire stages of development. Instead of building poles and wires for thousands of miles, they install solar panels directly in villages that never had access to light. This movement is very similar to what happened with telephones. Many regions never had wired phones at home and went straight to the wireless cellular device. Data from the International Energy Agency confirmed that China was responsible for almost 3/4 of all new solar and wind energy installations in the world in recent times, a volume that is greater than the sum of all the other countries on planet Earth combined. A point that many people discuss is that the sun does not shine during the 24 hours of the day, and the wind does not always blow with constant force. To solve this problem, the solution lies in storing this energy. Lithium batteries are getting cheap in the same way that solar panels did. The case of the state of California, here in the United States, is a very good example of this. Reports from the agency that takes care of electricity there show that putting in many large batteries allowed the state to avoid blackouts during the extreme heat days in the summer. They managed to save the excess energy that is left over in the middle of the day, when the sun is very strong, to use during the night period. This prevents them from needing to turn on old power plants that pollute and cost a lot of money. Australia also followed this path after investing heavily in giant batteries to make the power grid stable, since they now depend heavily on the energy that comes from the sun. This storage technology is what ensures that the system does not stop and is efficient. And speaking of efficiency, if you want to ensure that your question about this topic does not get stuck in the comment queue, if you want your question to receive direct attention and skip the line to be answered with total priority, you can use the Super Thanks button with a contribution of at least $10. I will be able to identify your support and prioritize your comment so that you do not miss any detail of this energy revolution. This shift to clean energy is not just to save nature, but to ensure that a country owns its own destiny. For China, which does not have much oil stored underground, betting on the sun and wind is a way to ensure that its factories continue to run without depending on fuels that come by ship from distant places. In addition, they dominate the entire production of electric vehicles. From the buses that circulate in the cities to the heavy trucks, the exchange of fuel for electricity in China creates a cycle where the energy made within the country itself moves transportation. This means they do not need to spend trillions of dollars buying oil from outside. In the year 2024, Chinese production of electric vehicles took over the global market because they control everything from the mining of rare metals to the final assembly of the batteries. What is most curious in this whole story is that the basic ideas of these technologies were created right here in the United States. The first cell that transforms light into electricity was invented in an American laboratory called Bell Laboratories in the year 1954. Even the scientists who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in the year 2019 for having developed lithium batteries counted on the fundamental help of American researchers. However, there was a planning problem between inventing the technology and deciding to manufacture it for the whole world. While China made plans for 20 years focused on dominating these sectors, the United States got stuck in political disputes that resulted in the cancellation of billions of dollars that would be used for clean energy. They preferred to protect the old oil business, which still has a lot of power to finance campaigns and move the economy of specific states. History shows that leaving aside a new technology to try to save an old business is usually a fatal mistake. The case of the company Kodak is an example that professors at colleges like Harvard always use in their classes. They were the inventors of the digital camera, but hid the invention for fear that people would stop buying roll film to take photos, which was what made a profit for them. In the end, they went bankrupt because the world changed and the company did not keep up. The Xerox company also did something similar by creating the first computer with a color screen and mouse, but the directors did not think that would have commercial value. They left the way clear for Apple and Microsoft to dominate the market. Today, the decision not to invest in renewable energy to focus on oil can be seen as a strategic error of great proportions, handing over the leadership of the factories of the future to competitors. In the United States, we are in a very interesting situation. Our energy grid is under pressure because we are still catching up with modern demands. However, the climate is changing, and extreme heat waves have shown that our current infrastructure cannot handle everything alone. Problems with blackouts in large cities like Houston, which were shown in news from outlets like national broadcasts and in reports from public agencies, show that we need a stronger and more independent system. The trend is for each household to start having its own solar panels on the roof and its own batteries at home. The document called The Long-Term Energy Outlook shows that our country has the challenge of balancing the production of oil with the urgency of building clean technologies, like green hydrogen, which can be the fuel of the future for heavy transport without emitting any pollution. The lesson that remains from this global fight is that technology waits for no one. China is not just selling glass plates, it is selling the technological standard that the world will follow from now on. Each country that buys this technology becomes less dependent on oil and becomes more connected to Chinese factories. It is a choice between those who seek to be more efficient and those who want to keep things as they have always been. The change in the world's energy cannot stop, because now the numbers show that it is cheaper to be modern. It remains to be seen how other countries will move, so as not to be just buyers, but rather creators of these novelties. Choosing between investing in what is ending or in what is beginning will define who will have economic relevance in the coming decades. The speed with which these changes happen requires us to pay attention all the time. It is not just changing a light bulb at home, but rather changing the entire way a country produces things. China's growth in this sector was thought out long in advance, while other countries usually think only of the short term of elections. If we look at the sales data for the year 2024, the difference is impressive. Chinese manufacturing capacity is so large that they can lower the price worldwide. In the end, energy is what makes civilization turn, and whoever rules the cheapest way to produce electricity will have the rules of the game in their hands. It is a very important moment for our economy. This change already appears when you choose a vehicle or look at the price of the electricity bill. The future will be electric, and the intelligence to use the sun is what will separate prosperous countries from countries that stayed behind. We will keep an eye on how this race continues. Looking now at the whole board, what is your opinion? If the United States had to bet all its chips today, should we focus on being the largest oil power in the world or on leading the export of clean energy? Write in the comments which of these two paths you think guarantees our economic survival in the coming decades. In the upper right part of the screen, a video suggestion will appear for you to continue with me. I will see you in this next video. See you soon.